Are you looking for sprawling homes on massive lots and you don't want to break the bank? Welcome to Megan's Landing. What's up guys, Quentin here, and I am going to be your realtor for the next few minutes. Today, we're on the far west side of San Antonio, again in Megan's Landing, checking out two of my favorite builders, Perry and Davis Weekley. Before we actually go inside and check out these gorgeous homes, please go down below and drop a like on the video. It truly does help support this channel. And you're gonna wanna definitely stick around towards the end. We're gonna do a map tour and let you know what's going on in the area. But without further ado, let's go check out these awesome properties. As we approach the Perry home, the upgrades start in the front. They have a beautiful front porch. It's even bricked on the bottom. Normally it's concrete slab, which is awesome. We also have two French doors coming in, and they're 8 foot as well. You're gonna see that throughout the whole property, 8 foot doors and a bunch of awesome luxury upgrades. As we walk in, you're immediately welcomed with an office. If you've been to the channel in the past, you know I love my home office. As a realtor, I work from home all the time, and I love to have an office space dedicated for my work so I can truly focus on my clients. As we continue, you're gonna see an awesome foyer with insane ceilings. I mean, these ceilings are 11 feet. We have these tray ceilings as well as the beams up top. So this particular property is gonna be 3,300 square feet. It's gonna have 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath. And again, Perry is one of those builders that allows you to pick all the upgrades in your property through a design center. So this bedroom is gonna be attached to another bedroom through a Jack and Jill. As you can see, has its own vanity for each bedroom. You have a shared tub, shower, and toilet space. And then again, this bedroom also has its own vanity. But all the bedrooms are gonna be pretty good sizes. Each of them have these huge windows. These are 6 foot windows, letting in a bunch of natural light and truly elevating the space. To walk out of that bedroom, we have a linen closet on your right, and then again on your right is the laundry. Continuing throughout, you then open up right into this great big living, dining, and kitchen. This is like an entertainer's paradise. You have the living space that flows right into the kitchen and the dining space, allowing you to either be in the dining room, living room, or kitchen and still be able to entertain the whole party. Speaking of the dining space, the dining room right here, it's not a traditional dining area, but you do have an informal that allows you to sit up to 10 people. And if that's not enough, you have this ginormous island that has additional 4 seats. And speaking of this island, it's a two-tone cabinet touch. So on the island, they have the espresso cabinets, and then up top, they have this white finish. And on top of that, they're not just 42-inch cabinets, they're actually extended on top with the crown molding, which is an awesome touch. Continuing this way, you also have a farmhouse sink. This is actual porcelain too, so a great touch they did there. And you have an induction stove with the actual range wrapped in cabinetry. So you have that cohesive look throughout the whole kitchen. So one of my favorite features of this particular floor plan, with it being a 1-story, you don't often get the opportunity to have the second level with the loft, but this one has this flex space that can double as a second living, a game room, man cave, whatever the case may be. For me, I would 100% use this as a man cave, have my UFC fight nights in here. I get to watch Stipe and John Jones on the big screen with all my boys. But as we walk out, we're welcomed right back into the great room. Something that I do want to mention, I do want to notate is going to be these ceilings. They're 16 feet and they actually have a vault at the top with an awesome beam going across. It's a great feature that Perry added in this particular home. And that's not all for this area. You also have one of the best wine bars I've ever seen in a track builder. They have all this wine space, a bunch of cabinets. You even have the see-through panes, and they put a wine fridge in here, which is really nice. As we continue on, this wing of the house is gonna be where the garage typically would be. As of right now, it's a model home, so this is where the offices are, but you do have a mother-in-law type suite over here. So on my left or your right is where the bathroom's gonna be. They have privacy for whether it's your mother, your grandmother, or you have an older kid, and then a good sized room over here. And again, it's on its own side of the house, so they don't have to share any walls with any other bedrooms, bathrooms, or anything of that nature. As you walk out of the mother-in-law suite, we do have a little atrium here with a mud bench. So when you come out of the garage, you have an opportunity to put your shoes and your coat here. We do have also a powder room, and then behind me is a coat closet. So how they have these plans configured, they're all gonna be on half-acre at least lots. They do have side-mounted garages, and something I definitely wanted to make sure I notated is the garage space in this particular home, and most of the homes, is gonna be a 3-car configuration. But let's go check out the primary suite. So on this side of the house is gonna be where the primary suite is, and guys, check this out. Perry does not miss when it comes to their upgrades, from their fixtures to the tray ceiling to the wainscoting in the back. They truly spec'd out this home to the best of their ability. Alongside all of those upgrades, you have standard these 4 windows in the back, and they let in so much natural light that truly elevates the space. Paired with your awesome primary bedroom, you have an amazing primary bath. You have 2 vanities, 2 closets, and the centerpiece of it all is a tub and an awesome shower. On my left is gonna be the first vanity. You have a day bed in your bathroom, and you're gonna also have one of the 2 closets. As I pass through the shower, you're gonna see the awesome herringbone tile, and it's from the floor to the ceiling. And then in the middle, you have this glass feature. Again, you can pass through the shower to the other side of the bathroom. And now we have the second closet. So you walk out of the second closet, we have a linen, the second vanity, and then on this side is where the water closet is actually gonna be. And then the star of the show, this beautiful tub. So as we walk out of the primary bedroom, let's take one more look at this awesome, great space. So again, wide open, entertainer's paradise. Something I didn't mention the first time is gonna be this fireplace. It's gas, and it's tiled from floor to ceiling. Now let's go check out this backyard and these awesome sliding glass doors. As you open the sliding glass doors, they collapse all the way, giving you that true indoor-outdoor living experience. And mind you guys, we're on a half an acre, and it's really flat land for the most part throughout this whole neighborhood, giving you a blank canvas to do literally whatever you want here in the backyard. So that is the Perry model here in Megan's Landing. Before we go and check out the Davis Weekly homes, let's take a look at the area and give you an idea what's going on this side of town.
So as we look at Megan's Landing on the map, again, it's going to be on that far, pretty much west side of San Antonio, outside of 1604 and 90. It's going to be along Petrenko Road. If you take 471 or 211 down to 90, there's going to be a bunch of different shopping along Highway 90, as well as 211 and 471. Castroville, which is going to be, not too far. It's going to be probably the closest small city, is going to have a bunch of boutique, vintage, small town shops and eating. And then along 90, as you get closer to 1604, you're going to have a bunch of little shopping hubs, those little plazas that have the fast food restaurants and things of that nature. If you go down Petrenko, it's going to be very similar, a bunch of fast food as well as some local spots that are pretty good. Then all the way down to Petrenko and 1604 is going to be probably the biggest hub where the Costco, Walmart, you're going to have all that kind of stuff pretty close by, HEB, things of that nature. Going north, we'll have SeaWorld as well as Alamo Ranch, more shopping, and then you're going to go all the way north to pretty much 1604 and 10. That's probably the furthest you'd go, which is going to be about 45 or 50 minutes to probably the most shopping in San Antonio, La Cantera and the Rim. Now we look at point of interest for San Antonio. This is going to be to the international airport. It's going to be probably about 35 to 50 minutes, just depending on time of day. Honestly, the longest part is getting to a highway. It's probably about a 10 to 15 minute drive to a highway. But once you get to the highway, obviously you're going to take 90 to 410 and get right to the airport. For those of you that are military, the base is going to be pretty close. And when I say the base, I mean Lackland Air Force Base. It's going to be about 30 or so minutes plus or minus. For the most part, again, the hardest part is actually getting to the highway. For you medical professionals, you're going to have a little bit more of a drive. It's going to be anywhere from 35 to an hour, just depending on if you are leaving during peak traffic times. So again, hardest part is getting to the highway. You're going to see that as a theme here, just because it's a little bit more of that rural living, that acreage living. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit further out. But again, 30 to an hour drive. For those of you that do like going downtown pretty often, you're going to have between 30 minutes to an hour of a drive there. Again, it depends on time of day. Most people go in the evening, after rush hour. So it's probably going to be closer to 30, 35 minutes. But again, depending on time of day, it's going to be between 30 minutes to an hour. Now let's chat about schools a little bit. So for the schools, you're going to have Medina Valley Independent School District. They're the number one in the county. Medina County is not that big. There's a few school districts, but nonetheless, they are an A rated. And then on the right, you can see their report card. Now that we look at the distances from the school, so the community is about 20 minutes from the elementary school. And then the middle and high school are a little bit closer. They're going to be about 15 or so minutes. They're all fairly in the same area. But again, that's going to be more or less the commutes from the community. So now let's get into my favorite part, which is going to be the tax rate. As you can see on the screen, the tax rate is going to be a 2.28, essentially a 2.3%. Like I've said in all my videos, the lowest I've really seen in the San Antonio area is at 1.6 range. The highest is at 3%. So you're still pretty much in the middle of the, average high and low of San Antonio. And I know I mentioned it earlier in the video, but if you're new to the channel, my name is Quentin Starks. I am the owner of the Starks Real Estate Group here in San Antonio, Texas. We help hundreds of people just like yourself make the move and the transition to the San Antonio area as smooth and efficient as possible. So if you have any questions about this neighborhood or any other neighborhood in the San Antonio area, please don't hesitate to reach out. Go to the comments and or description. All of our contact information will be there. I have a very special surprise for you in the next tour. So let's get right into it.
We're now going to check out David Weekley Homes here in Megan's Landing. Like I mentioned during the map tour, this builder has some special surprises that I'm excited to share with you guys. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, so as soon as we walk into the property, on the left is going to be the office space. So similar to the last one, right? You have that office immediately as you get in the property. This one's a little bit different. It has an open concept, so you don't only necessarily have to use it as an office. You can use it as a formal living, whatever the case may be. On the right over here, we do enter a bedroom and bath. So it's not necessarily an attached bathroom, but you do have a full bath that is right outside of this bedroom. And to be quite frank with you, this is one of the biggest secondary bedrooms I have seen on a new build in a long time. I mean, this is honestly the size of some primary bedrooms. As we walk out of this bedroom, we then will enter into the living space. So similar to a lot of new construction, you have the living, dining, and kitchen wide open with a completely open concept. A lot of people love that. I tend to like it. It's really great for entertaining. But before we go too deep over there, let's go check out the other two secondary bedrooms and bathroom. So right here is going to be one of the other secondary bedrooms. Again, a pretty good size for a secondary. And then the last is going to be over here. Another good size. They also have walk-in closets for all three bedrooms. And then right across the hall is going to be the second bathroom of the property. So this bathroom has a single vanity and it has the shower tub combo. It's pretty ideal. You definitely want to make sure, especially with kids, that you have a tub in the secondary bathrooms. But we're going to enter right back into the living space. Honestly, all of this room is huge. I mean, the living area in particular is big. It then flows right into the kitchen, and this island is ginormous. I mean, it's probably about 11 feet or so. As of right now, they only have 3 extra chairs, but you could easily fit 2 or 3 additional chairs on top of those 3. As we continue, we do have an induction cooktop in here, similar to the Perry home, but something that this particular builder does that not all the other homes have in this neighborhood is going to be gas. They actually give you a gas propane tank in the backyard buried, so you have the opportunity to have that gas cooking. As we continue, we also have a double oven that's built in with a microwave. And then right here is going to be the pantry space. Alongside the eating island, you actually also have this dining space over here. It's more of an informal, not necessarily the traditional dining space, but it's really good that you still have it for those that do want it. As we continue to the back of the home, we're then going to enter into the laundry room. So this laundry room is ginormous. There's a bunch of folding space as well as cabinets. We have additional storage in here. And then to your right is where the traditional 3-car garage would be. this community and this builder has the opportunity to either build a 3 or 4-car garage in all 7 of its models. Speaking of the model, this particular model is the only one that has a actual media room or flex room on the first floor. All the other ones have the opportunity to build a second floor, kind of like a half level, where you can have a game room or that kind of traditional loft space. So I really like that factor in this particular model. So this particular floor plan has 2 entrances to the backyard that has the sliders and a side door. But look at this patio. It's oversized, it's huge, and it even comes with a fireplace. And as we're looking at the lot, this particular lot is a little bit bigger than the actual lots that you normally would see in this neighborhood at half an acre. This one's a little bit closer to a full acre, but the cool thing about this builder is you have the opportunity to build a casita in the backyard. So whether you're putting a pool and you need a pool house, or you want a full-on mother-in-law suite with a kitchen, you have the opportunity to do such. Now that we checked out the backyard, let's go look at the primary suite. So as we enter the primary bedroom, you'll see on the back wall is an array of windows. We also have a tray accent in this room, giving you a little bit more height, and all the finishes that they did in here are just elegant. I love this primary suite. So now we're gonna enter the primary bath. The primary bath has 2 vanities, which is awesome. We also have this really cool frame around the mirror. Not a lot of builders do that. It's a really good touch that they did. Across here is gonna be the water closet. We have a linen closet. And then in this primary bath, we have an inset shower with actually a raindrop feel as well, which is cool. And they tiled all the way up. Another really nice feature that they did. And then over here is gonna be the primary closet. So good sized room. We also have all the low voltage in here. That's gonna conclude the tour of Megan's Landing here in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm curious, was there any features that you liked in one builder over the other? Also, if you have a neighborhood that you want me to tour, please comment down below. We'd love to hear your feedback. If you wanna see a home similar to these, click on this link. And if you don't wanna miss out on anything when it comes to the San Antonio real estate market, you can always just subscribe.